PowerPoint is awesome, but people use it really badly. And one of the ways they use it really badly is when they are architecting an argument, like they start with what they had from a previous PowerPoint, or they just start with like a PowerPoint template. And that is not a good way to start figuring out what you want to say. So instead, what I try and teach them is a technique of storyboarding, which is essentially what anybody who has done a film or in Hollywood, like what they do, which is scenes. And they use Post-it notes, and I'm big on Post-it notes, and there's like photos of me out there kind of covered
I love
head to
them.
toe in Post-it notes, which are funny. But the reason why I like Post-it notes is you can put different scenes on something, and then you can move them around based on how you want to architect what you're trying to say. And it's a much more useful way of figuring out this is what I want to accomplish, whether it's a presentation you're doing or a job interview or like whatever. To at least know what you want to say can help you be much more articulate and persuasive. And so to me, like that was the first thing to try and teach somebody when they're doing public speaking. Yeah, sure, you got to focus on your breathing and you got to like, project and have presence and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, if you have all of those things, but what you're saying stinks, it doesn't really help you.
Yeah, that is really interesting, and I feel like it's a hard thing to master, storytelling well. Um,
Well, I mean, yes and no. It's a hard thing to translate to the business environment. But in our lives, we tell stories all the time, and we're generally good at it. And the problem is that there's like this wall in our brain that says, like, if I'm telling a story, like, here's what I did on vacation, right? And you're getting together with your friends, and you're when we can eventually do that, and like you're hanging out and you're talking about your latest trip, like you're telling a story and you're into it and they're into it, and it's great as long as you don't sit there showing them a slideshow, right? It's great, everybody likes it. But when it comes to business, like all of a sudden we don't talk that way. We use this weird language. We use idiotic words. We turn into lawyers. Like, and that doesn't work, because guess what? That person who was enjoying the story before over a beer is the same person who's hating the PowerPoint presentation because you're not delivering it in that way that is engaging.